Hey fam, welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you're new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time, and come visit me on TikTok and Insta because I'm there daily. And of course, welcome back to all my oldies but goodies. So you guys, face is pretty much done because we are going to be using Haus Labs by Lady Gaga's Bio Blurring Loose Powder. A bunch of you guys wanted to see me review this. You guys know how I am obsessed with loose powders. Oh my god, I forgot to do my lids, but we will do the under eyes because that's what's important. And I say that because there are a lot of setting powders out there that are great for the skin and work so well, but when it comes to the eye area, especially the under eye area, powders tend to fall flat. A lot of them do. There's a few that like work for everything, so that's what I always base my reviews on how setting powders work for the eye area and the face. I have everything on my skin. Well, not everything. Yeah, I pretty much have everything. And actually, let me tell you what I have on my skin so we can get started. I started off as a primer, the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. I am in the shade 6. I added it all over the skin, you know, to prime the skin a little bit. Then I waited a little bit for it to dry down, and I went in with the Dior Forever foundation in the shade 3N. Added it with this Real Techniques brush number 241. I love Real Techniques brushes. And then I blended it out with a sponge just to even it out a little bit. Then I went in with my LYS Beauty Contour Stick in the shade Courage. Added a little bit of bronzer. I love this one. It's so freaking creamy. Then I went in with this Huda Beauty Cheek Tint in the shade Proud Pink. I realized I haven't used this in a while and I really like it. Then I went in with my under eyes. You guys know I went with my e.l.f. under eye primer because this helps with creasing. Then I went in with my LA Girl color corrector to color correct the darkness I have. And then I concealed with the Kosas concealer in the shade 4.5N. And here we are ready to go. I use products that I know, love, and work very well. So if something doesn't work, it's gonna be this powder, okay? Okay, before we start, let me give you a little bit of info about this powder so we get a little more familiarized. New Haus Labs by Lady Gaga Bio Blurring Talc-Free Loose Setting Powder retails for $38. It comes in 5 shades. I have the shade Neutral Peach. This is a clean skincare infused loose powder that blurs imperfections, smooths skin, and optimizes makeup performance in 5 talc-free soft focus shades. The highlighted ingredients is fermented arnica that visibly reduces redness and irritation, plant squalene that protects and boosts hydration, tourmaline that supports cellular energy. I purchased mine at Sephora. This comes in a 0.24 ounce container. So let's open her up. Oh, look, it has the big H there, just like the foundation. Let's see. It's nice and closed. Look at the packaging. Isn't that cute? Ooh, no scent. It has a little net and it has this up here. So dang. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of, let me actually show you the tint. I got the shade Neutral Pink, Peach Neutral. All right, so you see how the powder looks? Here, let's add a little bit here. Let's see. So we definitely have the peachy shade. It looks it's very soft. Yeah, okay. I do want to show you this shade right there. So it's a good one. What I typically do is I'll get a little bit of powder. I typically put it on the cap, but I won't do that today. I get my powder puff. We're gonna grab the powder and even it out, because this way it will apply evenly on the skin. I always start off with the eye area first. So we are going to get rid of any creasing that we have in our under eyes or anywhere. And as we're looking straight ahead, I like to start with my under eyes. So we're gonna set the under eyes and then work our way down. Ideally, we're expecting this powder to blur the skin because that's what it's saying, and it's saying that our makeup's going to last. That's another reason why I'm wearing a lot of creams, because I do have oily skin. So I wanna see how well this powder holds everything together, you know? So let's get a little bit more. And by the looks of it, it looks good. But let me take a closer look. Let's get the under eyes. I don't feel like they're as smooth as I'm used to them looking with my other favorite powders. The skin definitely looks smooth. And let's get really close so you can see. First and foremost, let me look up. This is just looking a little bit rough. Can you tell? Oh yeah, you could, look. You see this texture it's picking up here? I typically don't have that when I set. It's just not looking smooth. It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look as smooth. Let's look at the skin. The skin definitely smoothed out. You see that? What I'm seeing with this powder, it's like sitting on top of the skin as opposed to like absorbing into the skin. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with the under eyes. And they're starting to crease a little bit. Huh, okay. Let's set the other side. And let's see, let's use less powder on the other side and let's see, maybe that'll be different. Let me get rid of these. I'm gonna look straight ahead and set. Less powder you use, the better. Let's see. Yeah, this side looks better. I feel like it's still sitting on top. I got this new mirror and it's huge. Yes and no. Look at the under eyes. You can see this looks slightly smoother than this side, and it's because we use less product here, or what we already had on our powder puff. The skin looks good. I mean, you know, no, these under eyes like this, all this texture, I typically don't have that. That's usually smoothed out. And here it's a little less, but you can still see it. Yeah. So what I see here is using less product may be the best way to go about this. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Okay, so it is currently 7:13 in the AM. Oh my God, it's later than I anticipated. We're of course gonna do an all-day wear test. And yeah, let me just finish up the face, just add powder, bronzer, blush, set, and then I'll be back. You guys, I really hope I had my mic on that the whole time. Oh my God, if I didn't, I'm gonna have to switch up my mic situation because this thing is getting on my nerve. Okay, you guys, the skin from far away, the skin looks really nice, right? But it's when you get up close, it looks thick, if that makes sense. Like my skin looks like it's caked on. Like it looks really dry. The powder, what it is just sitting on top of the skin. That's the problem. You can see a little bit of texture right here, a little bit there. My under eyes, girl, here. I tried retouching them up, but it's creasing a lot and it's creating texture. Not horrible texture. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen, but I think it's enough to notice, you know? Here, let me show you. Like the eye, we put a little more powder. You can see this big crease coming down. And that's just, okay, cool. The one that we put less powder, the crease is less, but the texture here, it's the same amount. And the skin, it looks okay, you know? Because look, let me get close. You see how it's pulling texture? Like you see my pores? You'll barely see them, but I know you'll be able to see them at the end of the day. Like once my oils start kind of working its way in, this powder, I just don't feel like it absorbs into the skin like my Givenchy, my Dermablend powder, my Laura Mercier powder. And sometimes there is powders that look like it's sitting on top, but once you set it with setting spray, it kind of melts into the skin. I thought that was what was gonna happen here, but I feel like it looks the same before setting it with setting spray and after setting it with setting spray. But like I always say, body warmth usually helps makeup out. So hopefully with body warmth, it's gonna be a little warmer today. Not as hot as it's been, but it's gonna be warm. Maybe that will help just kind of mesh everything in. And I've seen where the under eyes get a little bit better. I mean, it's not common, but let's see. We're gonna be positive and have high hopes here, you know? But yeah, as a first impressions, I'm just not feeling it. I don't think it's the greatest powder I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Let's go in front of the window. I'll probably wait a little bit. So actually, no, I'll probably get in the car. Actually, I have to go buy some stuff. So I'll meet you at the car. Oh, by the way, my usual lip color, Total Baller and Teddy Fluff. Yeah. Okay, ciao. Here I am in front of kind of sunlight. It's still gloomy. So I want to show you how the under eyes look. I mean, they look better in daylight. You see, you don't see that texture. Oh, but you could see it here. You see? And then the skin looks nice. I feel like it is warming up now that it's been about an hour or so. So we'll see. I mean, I think the skin looks really nice. I will say, like, the smoothness it's giving the actual skin looks good, but it does still feel, you know, like it's sitting on top. It's the under eyes that I'm most concerned about, because it's like at this point we'll have to use 2 setting powders to set the under eyes then the face. I don't know. Let's see. We do have a nice glow going, so that's always good. Okay, ciao. Hey, familia, I'm back, you guys. Okay, I have a lot going on. So it's currently 6 o'clock. We've had the powder on for about 11 hours. I want to show you a quick check-in. Actually, at around 3 o'clock today, how the skin was looking. Skin was looking beautiful, but I did see a lot of texture. Again, my skin looked very, very heavy, and my under eyes were very, 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 very creasy. And then I want to insert some footage because I was thinking, I'm like, I didn't use the powder on my lid, which I need to show you how they look. So here I am removing my eyeshadow and then adding the concealer we use, which is the Kosas. And then I'm setting it. Oh my God, I didn't realize you just tap on the net and you get the powder out. I was doing way too much this morning, but it was early, so my bad. So you just tap on the net and you get the powder, and I was setting it with a brush so you can see how the lids look. Here the lids are a before and after. Mind you, it's only been like maybe 30 minutes at this point. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of showing texture and the eye area looks heavy. That's what this powder does, because you see, usually it would be a bit smoother. I have very textured lids, so any powder that smooths this out is always a plus, because you can easily accentuate texture. You can see texture there and the texture that is right there. Let me show you my under eyes. Let me look up so you can see. You can see these creases are pretty bad. Like, they've been like this all day. The sun, it went back down. The skin looks smooth all day, but it's looked pretty heavy. Here around the mouth area and like the pore area, it's just not sitting nicely. It has this very velvety feel, but it acts as a finishing powder. A finishing powder, it's a powder you would use after you use your matte setting powder. A finishing powder usually has glow, so you just put it in the tops of your face to give you that finishing, beautiful glow. This is what this reminds me of, and I say that because the way my under eyes are set, anytime I've reviewed or used a finishing powder, but it says setting powder, and I get the same finish. So this, I feel like it's a hybrid of a finishing powder and a setting powder, which is why it's a little confusing. Like, description says it's a setting powder, but then it acts as a finishing powder because it doesn't really set and make your skin flawless. I think it works beautifully for the skin, but this eye area, it's just way too heavy and it just does not work. Like, my under eyes have looked not good all day, so I just haven't felt like nice and myself today, you know. I'm really particular about the powders because if they're too heavy, under eyes can look like this too. So it really depends on the type of setting powder we use. These are my final thoughts. I probably wouldn't buy this again. I would probably still use it because it does a good job blurring, but I'll definitely use my favorite setting powders to set the center of my face, and this could probably be a nice little perimeter situation, but of course that's just an extra step and it's more money to spend, you know. And honestly, I do feel like I look gastada. I feel like I've looked gastada all day, you know? Okay, this is it. Because I really wanted to give you a full review. It was bothering me that I couldn't show you my lids. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, let's just do it at the end. You know, sometimes things don't go how we plan them, and that's just what it is. But if you stayed all the way to the end, you got the full review, and this is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a little bit of your day with me. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and support you always show me. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.